Hello.
Hello. Let me get myself a little bit more centered.
Hey, you're
Close.
centered.
Otherwise, I'll go rule of thirds and I'll come over here. That's about a
Oh.
third, right?
That's about a third.
About a third. And then here's the other third. And here's the last third. But I'll stay right here.
That's
I'm
good.
feeling like I'm at about, I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm at. But we're here,
We're here.
right? Animation
We are
Mentor, doing all the things, live streaming,
Live,
right?
live and direct.
Talking animation, talking Animal Nation.
Oh, look at that.
They're all
You're
here.
doing some creature animation back there.
I got creature animation. Look at how lifelike this cat is.
It looks so real.
I'm super thrilled to be here, by the way. Yeah, Jack is super stoked to be part of this show today. So,
Hyper realistic.
very much so. So, welcome everybody to our live stream. Once again, this is the second Tuesday of April, right?
It is.
Here in the United States, next week's a big week. It's tax. Taxes are
Oh,
due.
I can't wait.
Next week. So, for those that are getting refunds, right? They file early, right? Anybody that's like got to pay, we're waiting. Waiting to the bitter end. So, but we're
Right,
here and we're going to talk about some animation action today. My name is Tim. I am
Hey,
a
Tim.
student success coach here at Animation Mentor. That dude hanging out above me.
I'm Mars. I am a student success coach as well. Welcome everybody to our live stream. We are currently streaming on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. TikTok, I'm sorry, you guys made it a little bit challenging for us today, so we'll be on TikTok next time. We already got a couple messages happening here, just some hellos, so we appreciate that. We've got Sharon on YouTube saying hello to us, and we've got Sky Towards Me on Instagram saying, "Hey, Mars and Tim."
Hey, what's
I
up?
wish I knew who that was. Cool. Yeah, we got a few things we're going to be talking about. Oh, and you got a shout out here from Instagram here. Yo Hawatashi says, "Hey Tim, it's me, Jose."
Jose, what's up, Jose? I was just talking with Jose on WhatsApp just a second ago.
Oh, nice. Cool.
If it's
Well,
the same Jose. He's not the only Jose.
it could be a different one.
Could be.
You never know. But yeah,
Carl. Howdy,
we're
Carl.
here. Hey, Carl. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Or as one student taught me, happy time zone to you, because we don't know where you are at.
Mhm.
Happy time zone. Cool. But we're here in North America, we'll say.
Yeah.
Where are you guys checking in from? There's not a whole bunch of people here yet. Hopefully, get some more people to join. But where's everybody checking in from?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll be first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go first, Tim.
Yeah. So, I'm checking in from the natural state.
So natural.
If anybody knows what the natural state is, right?
I do now. I
You do
didn't before.
now, right? What's your state called? What do they call it?
The Buckeye.
The Buckeye. Well, that kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah. Buckeye State.
A little bit. Oh.
We used to be in the Golden State.
We did used to be. Mars and I both used to be Golden Staters, right?
Yeah.
And then we decided, you know what? Let's check out the rest of the world. See what's going on.
I think Carl's in the Sunshine State.
He is in the Sunshine State.
I don't know what Algeria is though.
Not sure what state that would be.
Yeah. Algeria State.
Well, happy you guys could all join us and hang out with us. India checking in as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Plus 91, as we sometimes
Plus
know it as.
91. Yeah. Yep.
We talk to a lot of students in India.
We
Welcome.
certainly do.
Welcome. We're excited to have you here.
Yep.
Ohio.
Oh, hi. Oh.
Yes, that's where I'm at. I'm in Cleveland, the greater Cleveland area, if you will.
And I'm in Arkansas.
Yes. It was snowing here yesterday.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, it was coming down pretty good too.
So
Like the lawn turned white.
Jeff.
Oh yes, we
I
know
remember Jeff.
Yeah. How you doing, Jeff? Good to have you here. Well, if you haven't joined before, this is the Animation Mentor live stream. What is this? What are we doing here? Who is
Well-
Animation Mentor? Tim, what is Animation Mentor? What is this?
I'll tell you what.
Are we a studio?
Yeah, well, no, we're not. We're not. I mean, we probably could be, right?
We
With all
probably
the
could-
things
no,
you know
right.
that we do teach here, and the level of mentors that that teach for us. We definitely could be. But we are an online animation school, have been for 20 years now. We just celebrated our 20-year anniversary on the 27th of March.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this a long time. If you can imagine how many graduates we have with their names and ending credits of films, it's astronomical. It's a big number. And so, yeah, I mean, this is what we do. We teach 3D character animation. We teach game animation. And then a variety of different short courses, from storyboarding and cartoony to 2D to previs to viz dev to, I mean, geez, the only thing we're not teaching here is maple syrup yet. That could be.
That's coming.
It's coming. I can't wait.
And in case you don't know, little side project, I do make homemade maple syrup. Tim had some.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's real good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Small batch.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. Yeah, like Tim was saying, this live stream is for you. So if you've got questions about the school, this is why we do this, is to answer your questions. Any questions you have about how things work here, how do you register, how do you apply, how much do things cost, when are classes starting, and our classes here are pretty amazing. I mean, you get to learn directly from professional animators that are currently working at Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, Netflix, Blizzard, Epic, game studios, TV studios, streaming service studios, feature film studios, of course. So it's a pretty amazing place to learn, and they're not just recorded videos, right, Tim? I mean,
right.
You're learning in a live environment on Zoom. Get to meet directly with these pros that are currently working in the industry. Another thing I point out to students, it's not like these are just professional animators. Of course they are, but a lot of our mentors are lead animators, senior level animators, animation supervisors.
Yeah.
In some cases, the head of character animation.
Yeah, not too shabby.
So yeah, you're actually working directly with very senior level veteran animators.
And I'll level up on that. So, and there's also a lot of them that are doing all those jobs at these big studios that are also graduates from our school.
That's right. I would say
gone out.
Maybe like half or more.
Yeah.
I think.
They've gone out, worked on a lot of projects, a lot of shows, got a bunch of films on their IMDb, and then they came back, and now they're kind of giving back to the community and teaching our classes. So it's the circle of life.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That, and I know for the mentors that are doing that, that's a really great experience for them, and a testament of what Animation Mentor has done for them. They've got to go out and work in the field, and are still working out in studios, and being able to give back to our community by teaching our students and teaching them what they've learned over the past years, and in some cases decades, right?
Yeah, totally. Hey, Carl. Do you teach old school animation hand drawn? Yeah, we do. We teach it. It's in a digital platform, obviously, since we're online, completely online. Yep. But the mentors that teach our 2D course, Jay Jackson, T. Dan Hofstadt, who are Disney icons in the world of 2D animation.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it is all the hand drawn stuff. Most of them are either using Rough Animator or Toon Boom Harmony Essentials for that. So it's kind of a hybrid of both. Yeah.
And you just answered Painting Voices question.
Saw that.
On Instagram. Is it online? Yes, our courses are entirely online. Sky Towards Me has a question. I left learning Blender last year. Just know the basics till now. When I watch the courses, it doesn't motivate me. I procrastinate. How can I make a comeback? Great question. Our buddy Cameron, who I want to shout out, is behind the scenes here. One of half of the Pratt Bros, if you will. He's one of our great members of the Animation Mentor team here. Does a lot of different things here for us, and he's here in the background today answering questions.
He's hiding.
He's hiding. He's got some advice for you, Sky Towards Me. He says, "Hi, Cameron. You can maybe give me some of the background in the school." Let's see. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and read this. You can maybe give some of my background in the school. I see what Cameron's saying. So yes, I just did that. I'm just reading what he wrote. Have similar issues while learning on my own. It's easy to procrastinate and put off learning when you have other things come up. AM was a huge help for me to learn animation because you have a small class, a mentor, and weekly assignments keeping you on track and helping you to avoid procrastinating. On top of this, the weekly feedback helps to avoid that struggle of never knowing what to do and how to improve your skills. So yes, great advice, and I do believe that really having some structure around your learning is going to be really huge. I think it's really easy to procrastinate
Yeah.
if you're just kind of learning on your own. If you don't have any structure around that, if you're not really self-disciplined, having the guidance of a mentor, having structured weekly assignments, that really pushes you to get out of the rut of
Yeah.
procrastination, and eventually, just to grow as an artist.
Yeah, and the way that the campus is set up in the community, they kind of keep you in check organically, right? Because you're like, I want to turn something in, and
Right.
so they
Right.
kind of motivate you like that. So super cool. Hey, Ashish, thank you so much for putting that in there. She's dropped it in there. By the way, there's a free webinar for Blender to Maya for beginners if you want to translate the skill. Look at that.
Look
Not
at
even,
and-
not even an animation mentor, staff or employee, just a
Right.
student, right?
Well,
Just one of these
I mean,
community people.
he kind of beat me to it. So
Pretty cool.
since you brought it up, there was something I was definitely going to bring up. So we do appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. We are having a free workshop, and we do this every single month. Free live workshop. This is Maya for Blender users.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Tim, I know you talk to students all the time, just like I do, and when we're one of the first questions we ask, do you have any animation experience? And they're like, oh, I know Blender a little bit. I downloaded it. It's a good price, right? Blender's a nice price. Free 99, as I like to say. And a lot of people, they want to use Maya, but they don't have access to it. So this is going to be a really cool workshop that we're going to be doing. It's really going to explain how to move, how to translate some of those skills you might have picked up in Blender and use those in Maya. And as you know, we're an authorized Autodesk learning partner. What the heck does that mean? We actually have our very own license server, and we can distribute licenses to our students for free. So you do get to use Maya for free when you become a student.
Dig it. Kia Price, look at that. Can't wait to come back when I'm ready. Amazing school.
Oh, Kia,
Yeah.
I know Kia. We've
That's
been
cool.
chatting for quite a while, yes, and we can't wait to have you back. I believe Kia's taking a little break, but we'll be back. So that's cool. Cool. So we've got Mr. Miller, MTM, asking, how much does tuition usually cost? Great question. So tuition varies, and I like to tell students, I was talking to a student about tuition, and we were looking at the cost of tuition for 2025 art schools, traditional 2 and 4 year colleges and universities. I mean, it's like $30,000
Night
to
and day.
$40,000
Yeah.
per year for a lot of those colleges. But yeah, our courses for the 6-week short courses range about $699 to $899 for the short courses, and the 12-week courses, they range from about $1299 to $2499, about $2,500 US. And we have payment plans, and you can split that up. A lot of students take advantage of those. And I tell students, hey, talk to us
Yeah.
if you're interested in a course, and we've got different discounts and promos, sometimes even in some scholarships as well. So, if you're interested in courses and you see some of those amounts, if they're a little bit out of your budget, we don't want to let that stop you. Let's chat.
Yeah. Hey, it's Benesa. Yeah. How many more years before AI takes our jobs? I jump right in and I attack those ones like that, right?
Yeah.
Never going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Never, ever going to happen. Did you know that DreamWorks is not using AI for their stuff? So there's studios that do, and that's totally cool. They've figured out how to leverage it to actually work for them instead of against them, right? So that's never going to happen. So have that leave your mind. The quicker you can have that leave your mind, the faster you can get back into being creative and learning animation. So, or already doing animation. So don't worry about that stuff at all.
Yeah. I think this is Jose. Jose is asking, it's a lot easier to say than his Instagram name. While you're an animation mentor, do you offer or post jobs that relates to 3D animation?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have a whole career resources section on our online student campus, and that does include several job boards. One of them, which is updated pretty much daily by a guy by the name of Chris Main. How does that guy do that? I mean, I see like 50 jobs listed.
There's amazing. I was just looking at it. Actually, yesterday I looked at. There's just a ton of them from around the world.
Yeah.
Which is cool, dude. Look at Ashish right there. Even address. Yeah, we had an awesome workshop that was done by DreamWorks guys, and And that's one of the things that they talked about was specifically that. So Ashish is all over.
I was like, she's just trying to get hired here.
I'm telling you,
She's trying to be
right?
on the student success team over here.
That's so awesome. Studio Broken Tooth asks, what qualifications does one need to attend the school? Well,
Great question.
yeah, it is. You obviously you have to have a computer, right? That's one. Got to have a good internet connection. The desire to want to learn this craft. Understanding how to use Maya is probably one of the first things that you need to have. If you're going to go down the 3D character animation track or the game animation track, because we have two different directions you can go. Learning how to use Maya is going to be the number one thing for you to start. You need to build a foundation, by learning that software. And that's why we offer a 6-week course for people who've never used Maya before. They knock out that 6-week course, teaches them everything that they need to know. And then that way they head right into animation basics and then start to build upon the principles and going into body mechanics and advanced mechanics and acting, unless you're going into the game side of things. Those are the qualifications that you need to have. And the rest of it, Mars and I will work with you and kind of help to make sure that you're going down the right path and that you know exactly where you're going every step of the way.
Yeah. Cool. We got more questions coming in. Instagram is popping off right now. Sky towards me. Another AI question here. Let's take a look. So Sky towards me was asking about AI, and then Cameron had a response that I wanted to read. It's kind of similar, but a little bit of a different perspective here. Do you think AI is a threat for 3D animators' careers? Is it worth investing in courses to learn animation? And also, is it too late as AI is taking over in the animation industry? Well, the last part of the question, I would tend to disagree, like Tim was saying. I don't think it's taking over, but wanted to read Cameron's response. He says, as an animator, I can say that while AI is causing a bit of a rough spot in animation at the moment, this won't destroy or stop animation. Love it. Similar to how 3D animation changed the industry, or mocap was supposed to be the animation killer, and we could think about going from 2D
I remember
to 3D,
that time.
right? Cam goes on to say, those only end up becoming tools for animators to use, and the industry will bounce back. The industry always goes in ups and downs. And if you want to take a look at, some truth to that, look at the stock market right now.
Yeah.
And generally, the more it drops, the higher it bounces back afterwards. So yeah, I completely agree. I mean, there's no way to know for sure what's going to happen in the future, but as long as humans continue to be creative and innovative, I mean, it's, who knows what's coming next? 4D animation, 5D animation. we're gonna see. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be taking over. I agree with Cam. I think it's going to be another powerful tool that we will be able to use as artists. So, very cool.
Hey, Lori Hartnell Patton. Lori Hartnell Patton on Facebook asks, any online dual enrollment courses offered? I'm wondering if you're asking if you could go into our character animation program and then maybe one of our short courses at the same time. Totally. You could definitely do that. But in our character animation program, it's a tiered curriculum. So you have to pass class 1 to get to class 2 and pass class 2 to get to class 3. So you wouldn't be able to do dual enrollment and take class 1 and class 2 simultaneously. But you can definitely dual enrollment with one of our short courses and one of our 12-week character animation courses or game animation courses, if that's what you're asking me. So hopefully it helped.
Yeah, I think that's great. Cool. We got another one here. This is a good question from Instagram. We've got Marissa Bocarosa asking, I recently graduated with a degree in computer animation, but can't seem to get a job. Have we heard that before, Tim?
Yeah, a little bit.
How would Animation Mentor help me to grow my knowledge in animation? Excellent question. Some people study animation at Animation Mentor as their first place. They've never learned animation and they start here. However, we do get a lot of students who are either graduated from another college or university, and we get pro students too. Remember we got that demo reel in a few weeks ago that was from Pixar?
Yeah.
They would look pro. They were pro. They're working in the industry. They work at Pixar.
They're like are they looking for a job or like to improve their skills? They're looking to improve their skills.
Yeah, they wanted to go into game animation, which we can help. So yeah, we certainly do come across this quite a bit, Marissa. And some people see Animation Mentor kind of as a finishing school. And as I mentioned in the beginning of our stream here, you're going to be learning directly from pros. So I think you would be an excellent candidate for our advanced placement program. And essentially what that is, you submit your demo reel with your application, we have our mentor review your reel, and we place you into the best class for your skill set. I think it's helpful to know from a professional's perspective where you sit, where you kind of sit, where you stand, sit or stand, and and really help you tighten up your work and get it up to that pro level, so that you can get out there with a fresh demo reel, things really tightened up, and really start applying for jobs. So I think we could help out with
that.
Good
answer. And Lori, thank you for clarifying dual enrollment college classes to count as high school credits. Yeah, because we don't work off of the credit system. We're a non-accredited institution. It probably wouldn't count. You could ask the high school to find out if they would allow that. But if you look into our catalog, there isn't any mention of any sort of like credits or anything like that would transfer evenly over into a high school or even another college. Thank you for clarifying, though.
That's good. Cool. Let's see here.
Ashish, I mean, look at that. This is great because somebody asked, how did Animation Mentor, how do they come up with it? And Ashish has got such a great answer. As Torchlight Tunes asked about it. And then, the answer is just beautiful because it's spot on, right? And then there's more stuff that goes with it. Ashish speaks the truth with this. And this is all about what Animation Mentor is just all about. People like that are students, right? That know exactly how this thing started, its origin, right? The whole thing. So very cool.
That's awesome. Wow, that's cool. Cool. There are more messages coming in here. Excuse me. Do you offer? This is from Yohawa Tashi, which I believe is Jose. Also, do you offer animation internships? So, Animation Mentor, we're an online animation school. We're not a studio, so we don't offer any internships. However, we do announce internships. We have those are part of our job boards, and then some kind of more notable internships like Pixar and DreamWorks. We do post those on our student campus. So definitely, this is a good place to prepare for them. But honestly, most of our grads, they don't go into internships after graduating Animation Mentor. Most of them go to applying. Man. Yeah, they go right to work, kind of bypass that.
Yeah.
But if you do go for an internship, I usually tell students, usually around the middle of the program when you finished advanced body mechanics, that's a good time to look for internships because you usually have, pretty decent progress reel or demo reel together at that point.
You can do some stuff.
You can do some stuff. Exactly.
Yeah. I've got one here from Yaya Emoji Cartoon. Yaya Emoji. Mr. Tim and Mr. Mars, do you think the Animator Survival Kit by Richard Williams is one of the must-have items to have as an animator? Most certainly. Definitely, it's one of those things that you can't go wrong with. That, along with the Illusion of Life, would be great things to add to your library. Those are must-haves for sure. So good call on your part. Definitely pick those up if you don't already have it, and then add to it that Illusion of Life, and you can't go wrong.
Yep. Good one. Cool. You know what? Instagram is just full of great questions.
Popping.
Going. Jacobs Graham says, "Are there any cheaper class in Animation Mentor?" So we have our 6-week courses, our short courses. We have the 12-week kind of main courses, if you will, and the short courses, the 6-week ones, usually range from about $6.99 to $8.99.
Carlos Baena. One of the founders of Animation Mentor stopping by to say hi between meetings. Love your energy, man. Students are still looking at. Come on, Carlos. I tell you, I remember going to, it was like CTN, and he was doing reel reviews, and somebody was coming up with a reel review, and he wanted to demonstrate how to do a certain movement. And he got down on all fours, and he's crawling around on all fours in front of.
I've heard this story.
On the couch, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's out of his freaking mind!" And no, that's just Carlos.
That's Carlos.
Dude, that's
awesome.
Welcome,
Carlos. Nice to see
good
you.
To see you, Carlos.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate that. That's awesome. Marissa's also asking, how can we apply for scholarships? What kind of discounts do you offer? Don't have any public scholarships. You're not going to find any applications for scholarships on our website or anything like that. My recommendation is always to set up a conversation with us. I'm going to be putting some contact information at the end of the stream, but I'll just go ahead and tell you now, if you want to get a hold of us, send us an email to admissions@animationmentor.com. That goes to both of us here. one of us will get back to you. We'll talk to you. We'll discuss what your financial situation is, and we can see what we can do to help you out.
Sometimes we've got some secret squirrel stuff that we have hiding up our sleeve, right?
sometimes.
And we've had a lot. That last term, the one before this, the spring term. I mean, wow, we had so many students that were able to attend classes, but by having conversations with us, we want to talk with you, and we'll help you through this whole process if need be. So yeah,
absolutely. There was another one here. It's a technical question, but Cam jumped in, so I can go ahead and answer it. It says TBM Animates 3D asks, what causes snappy animation after splining? I'm glad Cam jumped in because I don't.
Cam's all over that.
The key to snappy animation is to avoid Maya splining your animation. Left alone, Maya will always spline in the most. You want to try and hold your poses longer and shift to the next pose fast to give it that snap right after a long blend. Hopefully that's helpful.
God, what a nerd. I love him so much. You know what I mean?
That's what you would have said, right, Tim?
I mean, just spot on. I mean, I love that guy.
He's got actually, Cam. They're the best.
Cam,
I know. We got another technical question, and Cam's got another technical answer. So
I love it.
I've got another one for you.
Yeah.
And I like this Instagram handle. Maple_Alok asks. I like Maple.
I know you do.
What would you say is the main difference between realistic, semi-realistic, and anime style animations? Good question. Cam says, the main difference between realistic animation and anime style is almost entirely down to timing and spacing. Pushing your timing to be sharper and quicker, and your spacing to hold key poses will help give more of that cartoony anime style versus a more subtle and natural timing and spacing in realism.
Very cool. I mean, that's a detailed answer right there.
Right. And it's all about timing and spacing. We hear that all the time.
Yeah. Lori Hartnell Patton, we're getting a lot from you, which is cool. How do classes work if we're on vacation? Can we access the software via laptop too? You know what, Lori, we travel well. That much I can tell you, right? So the cool thing about Maya, if you're doing like education version, you can install it on up to two machines, unless you're using the Maya licensed server, then it doesn't matter at that point. But yeah, you can use it on your home machine, your desktop or whatever, and then use it on your laptop, go on vacation. As long as you got an internet connection where you can attend the live Q&As, maybe drop into one of our live daily sessions, making sure that you can turn in your homework on Sunday by 12 noon Pacific time. With your internet, cool. I've used the student campus using only my hotspot before, and it was super cool, and it worked out really well. So, Lori, yes, travel with us. Please do. Tell us where you're going on vacation to.
Yeah, please tell us. Instagram, Luo Brave is asking, sir, how to break through our animation skills? I think I have a barrier. So that's a great question. I'm thinking of the gym, when you hit that plateau.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't, and you just can't go any further, and you're like, You know what you need to do is you need to have a personal trainer.
I was gonna say you need that or a spot. You need a spot.
You need a spot.
A daily.
Or in animation, you need a mentor. You need somebody that's gonna push you, that's really gonna get you past that barrier. It's hard to do on your own. It really is. You need to have animation is one of those things where you can learn a lot. You can go to YouTube, you can find a bunch of videos, you can find a bunch of free resources out there. But you're going to hit a spot where you're not going to really be able to advance beyond that unless you're studying with somebody who has already done that, And so you really need to have the guidance of a mentor to take to that next level. One of the best ways to break through and that barrier, Luo Brave, is to enroll in a course, get in one of the courses, and start studying with a mentor from Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, those big studios I mentioned. They're going to really push you past that barrier. Like I said, it's hard to do on your own.
Yeah. And this I can tell you too, if you're looking to you're not sure, go to our past webinars, right? Or maybe attend the one that's coming up, which is the Maya for Blender, that transitional course that we're going to have coming up really soon. Attend one of those and then imagine, if you will, well, it is going to be live because they are all live that we have here. But imagine you're in a class of 9 or 10 students and having that same interaction with the mentor that's teaching in that class. That's what you're going to get every time you go to these live Q&As with your mentor, and then some, because we have all of these other live things that happen above and beyond that live Q&A. There's a ton of stuff that you just don't see on the website when you're looking at it. But if you look at that campus tour video at the very bottom, it will kind of show you some of that stuff, and you'll be able to dive into actually what that looks like. Look at that. It'll actually show you what the campus looks like, so that once you register, you're like, where do I go now? Oh, cool. Now you get to go behind the curtain and see what's going on.
Nice. Wow, the questions are not stopping over here at Instagram.
On the gram.
We're pretty much at time too, but I wanted to see if I can get through some of these really quickly here. First of all, it's me, Prashanth, PSPK101 asks, please tell me about AI and animation. We talked about this a little bit earlier, so scroll back. This is going to be posted to all our channels. Scroll back on YouTube or Instagram and watch a little bit earlier, because we had a good, healthy discussion about that. Check that out. But I don't think AI is going to be taking over animation. Another question here, how is Maya better than Blender? I don't think Maya is better than Blender necessarily. I think they're both comparable softwares. The thing is, which software is used most widely in the animation industry. If you want to be a pro, it's best to use the software that most professionals are using. I encourage you to learn Maya. We're a Maya school too. But Blender, I can't say anything bad about it. It's a great place to start off with. It's good software.
If it's a card, they're both going to get us to the store.
That's right. Yeah, it's really more about learning the 12 principles, the body mechanics, the acting skills, Unreal stuff if you're doing game animation. Cool. What else? How can I know when you go live? If you follow us, you should be getting notifications. I happen to be following Animation Mentor on LinkedIn, and I got an email that said, hey, you're going to be going live.
This is happening. I was like, I got to go.
I gotta go check that out. I knocked out a few questions real quick there. Anything else you're seeing, Tim?
Yeah, what we got to deal with here is, we got things happening, right? We've got, if you're thinking about doing this or just exploring the courses with us, there's some stuff coming up. May 12th is the start of all of our short courses, right? Including the all important Maya course that we've been talking about. So not only is that course running, but storyboarding, game animation fundamentals, previs, viz dev, storyboarding 1, storyboarding 2, cartooning for 3D animators. All those things are going to be starting on May 12th. That thing that Mars put there is our QR code, because we're offering a discount on the Maya course that's going to be coming up. Most of the students that take that Maya course, their next move after that is they head over either into our character animation program, which is a full course. It's like a 6-course program, or they go into our new game animation program, right? But you have to apply. So if you took the May 12th Maya course, your next move would be the summer term of Animation Basics. That starts June 30th. That Maya course ends right before that class begins. So the info that you just learned from Maya, super fresh. You're ready to roll right into Animation Basics and get to work, and then kind of, meander your way through animation principles and master those before you head into body mechanics next. So if you want to do these courses, summer term is what we're accepting applications for, and also fall.
And fall.
If we're accept. So if we talked about procrastination earlier, Mars was right. Why start later? Start sooner. So think about the summer term as your next move, and get your application in along with a beautiful essay that tells us why do I want to become an animator.
Do that. And I'm going to leave you here with a couple of things. Student Showcase. This is our 2025 Student Showcase. Tim mentioned this earlier, celebrating 20 years. If you want to be inspired and see some of the best student work that's come out here, and this is always what I encourage students to check out, and families too that I talk to. If you really want to see what an animation school is doing, you could definitely take a look at mentors and tuition. I think those are important factors, of course, but take a look at the student work. Take a look at this. And I got to end on this, this comment here from Torchlight Tunes on Instagram. I got to read this. Tim and Mars, your journey and passion for animation light a fire in hearts like mine. Ooh. You're not just teaching skills, you're shaping dreams. Thank you for being real.
I'm gonna put that on my next review.
Thank you so much. That's that means a ton to us. I mean, that's what we're doing here. That's what Tim and I do. We're trying to help students achieve their dreams. It's really an amazing job. It's a lot of fun. We get to talk to students from all around the world. Being an entirely online school means no matter where you are on this planet, you have access to this extremely high level of education and get to work directly with, pro animators who might not be teaching at your local college or university, wherever
Yeah.
you are. So it's pretty special. Thank you for saying that and for sharing your thoughts with us.
Look at that. Danny checking in with both of us up there. I'm still blown away that Carlos jumped in and said, "What's up?" to us. That was phenomenal. So that was really cool to have him hanging out with us for
Let's
just a
see.
moment. Let's see here. He's wanting you to, yeah.
Oh,
answer
there's
that.
one. Yeah, there's so many good questions coming in. And Danny, yeah, I know Danny very well too. I'm glad to hear that project is going well. Looks like somebody's. Yeah, there's another.
You're
good
getting
question
bombarded.
here. I am. There's so many in here.
I love it.
The-
I'd help him, guys, but I can't see that one right now.
Yeah, no, this is that last YouTube one here. This live is great. Thanks for getting. This is here. Let me bring it up. This live is great. Thanks for giving people the chance to ask questions. I also have another question. Can a teen attend the online classes? Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So talk to us. I mean, many of our students start off, as 18 or older, but we definitely make exceptions to that rule. We've had students. What's your youngest student? Like 13 or 14?
I had a 14-year-old, I think,
14?
was taking
Yeah.
the course, and
So
I mean, we just need parental permission, right?
yeah,
You know?
just talk to us. Talk to us. And speaking of talk to us, first of all, follow us. This is a great way to make sure that you get all of the latest information and everything that we post. We're big posters. We're posting all kinds of stuff. We have an amazing social media team here that's posting all kinds of great student work on all of our channels. So follow us so that you get updated on when things are happening. You can call us or text us 877-326-4628. And as I mentioned earlier, you can also email us admissions@animationmentor.com. Me and Tim have a shared inbox that goes right to both of us. So one of us will get back to you. We went a little bit long today, but it was totally worth it. You guys had some amazing questions. If we didn't get to your questions, send them to our inboxes. We have, we check our Facebook inbox, our Instagram inbox, our LinkedIn inbox. YouTube doesn't have an inbox yet, but when that happens, we'll be checking that one too. So yeah, thank you guys so much.
Great.
Lots of great questions. We had some really great people. And wow,
Ashish, thank you so much for all your
assistance.
wonderful, and your history lesson was beautiful. So thank you so much.
Right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you to Cameron. Thank you to Serja in the background as well. She's helping us out. We couldn't do this without all of our assistants in the background too. Thank you to all of you, and we will see you next month. We'll do this again, and check out that webinar. I'll put it back here one more time so you can see that. This is free. We're going to do
Daniel.
these.
How's this over? You watch the replay, Daniel.
Yeah.
Put it on a loop.
Yep. Yeah, just watch it again. All right, guys. Have a wonderful month, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.